Throughout the developing world today, in the crowded suburbs of cities and faraway villages, millions of children and adults remain excluded from education. For all these people, the burden of poverty is hard to bear, and their lack of education makes them even more vulnerable and powerless. It is enough to look at a few figures to realise the extent of this crisis. 129 million children of primary school age out of school in the world. 885 million adults, of whom 565 million women are illiterate. And nearly a quarter of the world's girls have no access to school. And this, when $800 billion are spent on arms every year, and many countries are struggling to repay debts higher than their total exports. The reasons for such figures are numerous and varied. They are economic and cultural, but they also question the present education system's capacity to bring learning to all children, adolescents and adults. It is a fact that traditional education is increasingly incapable of coping with the problems facing it, the changing needs of society, and often leaves aside the most deprived: girls, women, street children, displaced populations, children with special needs, ethnic, linguistic and cultural minorities. This does not mean that we should give up on education. Far from it. It may not hold all the answers, but it is still the most crucial investment man can make if the world as we know it is ever to evolve towards peace and equitable development. What is obvious, though, is that education in the traditional sense is not going to fulfill this need unless it changes. But even if conventional or formal education may have come to a standstill, innovative forms of education are possible and flourishing in many developing countries. They have taken the failures of conventional education as their starting point and are slowly trying to make their voices heard. Even in industrialized countries, diplomas no longer guarantee employment, and the situation is obviously even more critical in the developing world. So what kind of education is needed? What can education, particularly innovative education, give people? Just a simple act of reading and writing can certainly facilitate life, but other innovative methods such as community participation, education in national languages, or production work can transform whole communities, giving them dignity and possibilities to master their own development as they like. And these innovations are happening daily. By inventing, creating and exploring new thoughts and methods, teachers, ministries, NGOs and international organisations are rethinking education, and their work has already allowed thousands and thousands of children, adolescents and adults to finally have access to education beyond the traditions of formal schooling.